how do you follow up an incredible story? How do you write a sequel that doesn't leave people longing for the original? Do you kill off the previous generation? Do you write the sequel so far into the future that you don't have to worry about overlap? Or do you just write a sequel about the same characters a little bit later in their lives? Or do you slightly toe the line in the middle? Do you give a story in the future that doesn't revolve around the same cast of characters, but still has them in the background? And that way, even if people don't like the new cast of characters, at least the old cast shows up occasionally. Well, that's the way that Kishimoto decided to write Boruto, Naruto The Next Generation, where we were not only given a brand new cast of characters in the form of the Konoha 13's children, but also more often than not get to see what's going on with the Konoha 13. Well, Naruto and Sasuke, but that's really nothing new. But the problem with writing a story like this is that at some point that new cast of characters has to take over. That previous generation of characters kind of act like training wheels for the new generation, until that new generation can form their own personality and be the reason that somebody picks up your book every single, well, I guess, month in the case of Boruto. That old generation of characters are there to push them along. And in Boruto, we might have just reached the taking off of the training wheels. See, Boruto and Kishimoto have been toying with the idea of getting rid of Naruto and Sasuke for a long time. Kishimoto going so far as to severely nerf both Naruto and Sasuke after their battle against the Ishiki, with Naruto losing Kurama and Sasuke losing his 6-tome Rinnegan. Unfortunately, after that battle, Naruto and Sasuke, while still powerful and influential figures, really got put in a position where they held all the power, but didn't have the power to enforce it. As they watched cyborgs like Ada, Damon, and Code appear and realize that there's nothing they could do against any of them. Naruto and Sasuke have become hollow vestiges of what they used to be. While they were still around, it's like they were already gone. But recent developments in the Boruto manga have confirmed what we saw coming a long time ago. Naruto's gone, he's not coming back. Yet, at least. There's hope. We're gonna be talking a lot of chapter 77 of the Boruto manga today, so if you haven't read it, I'd recommend going to read it before watching this video. Or if you just use my occasional Boruto update as a way to keep up with the manga because you don't want to read it yourself, then I guess that's up to you. But before we get to exploring what's going on with Naruto, guys, please, for me, like this video, subscribe to the page, and hit that noti bell. Before we get into all that, guys, today we gotta talk about a brand new sponsor to the page, Factor. But what is Factor? Well, Factor is a meal service that allows you to achieve your fitness goals easily by delivering to you fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals in a box that can take a beating. And it's great for this new year because in a new year, you got new goals. And Factor is here to help you achieve those goals. Save your precious time and your precious energy with meals delivered straight to your door that can free you up to achieve all the goals that you have for 2023. And it doesn't matter what your lifestyle is, as Factor is inclusive to every kind of diet, be that keto, vegetarian, vegan, or calorie smart. Every single one of these meals has ingredients guaranteed to satisfy you all day long. And not to mention, all these meals are shipped in this eco-friendly cooler box, which is guaranteed to keep your fresh meals refrigerated the whole way it gets to your door. Personally, Factor has helped me a lot. As somebody who has to make 5 YouTube videos a week and who knows how many short form videos a week, I need to save time in my schedule. But I don't want to compromise on taste. With Factor, I can save time and eat healthy and delicious meals every day of the week. But also the way that Factor meals are packed makes them incredible for on the go. If I have to go to a con or go get a new tattoo, I always bring one with me. But seeing is believing, so let's go heat up one of these meals and eat it. Today we're gonna be eating our ají amarillo pepper chicken. All we gotta do is remove this outer packaging, poke a couple of holes in this film, remove this cup, and put this bad boy in the microwave for 2 minutes. All I gotta do is press start and I got dinner on the way. Now you can't tell me that that doesn't look absolutely delicious. But let's have a bite. Oh my, that chicken is so tender. The couscous is cooked perfectly. The sauce is delicious. This might be one of the best things I've ever got from them. So what are you guys waiting for? Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code NCHammer2360 to get 60% off your first Factor box. That's factor75.com or use the link in my description and use code NCHammer2360 to get 60% off your first Factor box. Naruto, once undeniably the strongest human being on Earth, has now been reduced to a dad with 2 sons he cannot control, and possibly a daughter stronger than he ever was. To say that Naruto's family life has got confusing and scary is an understatement, as both Boruto, his biological son, and Kawaki, his adoptive son, are figuring out how to use their karma markings, with Boruto being able to wield the powers of Momoshiki without ever fearing that he'll turn into Momoshiki, and Kawaki wielding a manufactured karma marking that he received from Amado that emulates the one he got from Ishiki, giving Kawaki all of the abilities of Ishiki. And I'm not even gonna get into Himawari on this video. Now, in a pre-Ishiki world, Naruto would be able to bang with either of these two. He threw hands with Momoshiki in base and had Baryon mode in his back pocket if he ever needed against Ishiki in the form of Kawaki. But in a post-Ishiki world with no Kurama with him, Naruto is out of his depth. He has to grapple with the fact that not only are his sons getting stronger than him, but that his sons represent an actual threat to Konoha. With Naruto having conversations with Shikamaru like, if Kawaki decided to go crazy, there's really nothing we could do about it. And the same could be said for the 2 cyborgs they're harboring in Daemon and Ada. So both viewers and Kishimoto were left with a quandary. Do we continue to watch Naruto trudge through a league where he has no chance of winning in a fight against 4 or 5 people in his own village? Or do we do the thing that we've been building up towards for a long time and just get rid of it? And either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your opinion of the matter, they went with the latter. But how is Naruto gone? Is he dead? No, he's not dead. At least not yet. See, for those of you who haven't read chapter 77 of the Boruto manga, I'll break down what happened for you rather quickly. Basically, all you need to know about Naruto being gone currently is that Kawaki loves Naruto. And not just like loves like you love your best friend, like basically worships him. Kawaki was wildly abused and sold by every single person in his life until Naruto came around and was the sun that illuminated the darkness of his heart, putting his life on the line to battle against the likes of Ishiki and Jigen to free Kawaki from those shackles, going so far as to activate Baryon mode to make sure that Ishiki would never get his hands on Kawaki again. And then after he decided to free him from his captor, adopt him into his family and raise him like one of his own. And this meant the world to Kawaki. So much so that he basically began to worship the ground that Naruto stands on, wanting to make sure that he would never be put in danger again. And Kawaki very aptly realized that the only people that really pose a threat to Naruto, even in his weakened state, were the Otsutsuki. And since Kawaki already had a natural resentment towards them because of what Ishiki put him through, Kawaki decided to tell Naruto and Hinata that he would destroy every single Otsutsuki, using the power of Ishiki's karma marking to make sure that there would be no more big bad guys that Naruto would ever have to battle for Kawaki's sake. The problem with that is that Boruto is technically an Otsutsuki, as Boruto is officially fused with Momoshiki. And while this technically means that Boruto will never turn into Momoshiki, it means that Boruto will always be partly Momoshiki. The reason that's a problem is because Kawaki's able to pick up on Momoshiki's chakra signature within Boruto, which leads Kawaki to believe that Boruto will lose control and Momoshiki will take over his body. And this has happened. However, when Momoshiki took over Boruto's body the second or third time, Kawaki impaled him, trying to kill both Boruto and Momoshiki. However, Momoshiki, realizing that his last karma marking was on Boruto, decided to use the power of that karma marking to save Boruto's life. But in the process of that, permanently fused their souls together. So Kawaki has already tried to kill Boruto, but Boruto forgave him because he said that Kawaki did the right thing, and that they're brothers, and that obviously Kawaki wasn't doing it out of malice or hatred towards Boruto, which he wasn't. Kawaki was, however, doing it out of hatred for Momoshiki. So Kawaki is telling Naruto and Hinata all about how he's gonna murder every single Otsutsuki. Small problem with this is Naruto won't allow Kawaki to kill Boruto, which, like, fair. You already tried once, stab me once, shame on you. Stab me twice. Can you stop? But here's the thing. Kawaki fully understands that killing Boruto is the wrong thing to do. Hinata actually calls him insane for wanting to kill Boruto, to which he agrees that anybody who would want to kill their brother must be insane. But Kawaki's love for Naruto is significantly greater than his fear of the consequences of killing Boruto. Thus, in order to ensure he's able to kill the Otsutsuki without Naruto interfering, he teleports Naruto and Hinata somewhere. At least, we think he teleports them. There's a lot of problems and a lot of questions with this scene. See, like I've already stated, Kawaki has all of Ishiki's abilities, including Ishiki's abilities to make things smaller or bigger, Sukuna Hikona. And we've seen Kawaki use his ability since Amado re-gave him his karma mark. The problem with Sukuna Hikona is that Ishiki and Jigen couldn't use it on living beings outside of themselves, meaning that Ishiki or Jigen could shrink himself, but nobody else. And this is kind of Sukuna Hikona's biggest weakness, if you could say it has a weakness. It doesn't. It's an incredibly broken jutsu. But in this panel where Kawaki is shrinking away Naruto and Hinata, it looks like he's using Sukuna Hikona. And unfortunately, that's kind of the only explanation, but I think I found a way to explain how it works for Kawaki. Sukuna Hikona's design is based off, like many things in Naruto, a Buddhist idea. And there's really two ways to explain this, either as the Eightfold Path or as the Dharma Wheel. Now, the Dharma Wheel or the Eightfold Path are really the 8 tenets of Buddhism: right view, right resolve, right speech, and a couple of other ones. Dharma Wheel represents the way to escape samsara. Samsara being loosely the earth, because Buddhism is largely about reincarnation. And as one reincarnates to multiple lifetimes, as you gain more and more karma, eventually you ascend to nirvana. And upon ascending to nirvana, you're actually out of the reincarnation cycle. And thus one has to collect as much good karma throughout all of these reincarnations as possible to ascend to nirvana. By the way, if you replace karma with chakra fruits, it's literally what the Otsutsuki did. Think about it for 2 seconds. Confused? I'll explain it for you. The Otsutsukis use karma markings on beings that are able to receive said karma markings, like Kawaki or Boruto. These Otsutsuki then die at the hands of the Ten Tails and are reincarnated through their karma markings. Now, should these Otsutsuki collect enough chakra fruit after all of these cycles of reincarnation, they will eventually become an Otsutsuki god like Shibai Otsutsuki, being able to shed their body like Shibai and ascend to a new dimension like the one Shibai currently lives in. So Ishiki Sukuna Hikona having the design of the Dharma Wheel is a reference to this karmic reincarnation cycle that the Otsuki go through. Why is any of this relevant? Well, when Ishiki was wielding the Sukuna Hikona, it had all 8 spokes. 1 spoke for each of the 8 tenets, meaning that Ishiki Sukuna Hikona was fully formed. Now, why do I say it was fully formed? Don't they all come like that? Apparently not. Because this is something that I legit think I am the first person to realize. When Kawaki was battling against Boroshiki before he did his best Kakashi impersonation, he was using Sukuna Hikona. However, his Sukuna Hikona looked different. It only had 4 spokes. However, when he used it to trap Naruto and Hinata in some kind of alternate dimension, it had 5. And the 5th tenet of the Wheel of Dharma is right livelihood, in that you should work a job that grows you positive karma so you can leave the reincarnation cycle. Just like how Kawaki, prior to sealing away Naruto and Hinata, decided to make it his duty to kill all the Otsutsuki. Mind you, the first 4 tenets of the Dharma Wheel are right view, as in the idea or the ideology of killing all the Otsutsuki, right speech, as in Kawaki going to Naruto and Hinata and telling them he was going to kill all the Otsutsuki, right conduct, conducting himself in a way to teleport Naruto and Hinata away in order to make sure that they wouldn't get in the way of him killing Boruto. Oh, I'm sorry, before right conduct, there's right resolve, as in having the resolve to go through with this set ideology. And then yes, 5thly, right livelihood. So do I believe as Kawaki works his way through the 8 core tenets of the Wheel of Dharma that he's gonna continue to get more and more spokes that symbolize his strength growing? Absolutely. Why would we use the Wheel of Dharma if that's not what it was gonna be? Because think about it even one step further, with the completion of the Wheel of Dharma, guess what's over? The reincarnation cycle of the Otsutsuki, which is literally the point of the Dharma Wheel. But does this explain how Kawaki was able to use Sukuna Hikuna on Naruto and Hinata? No, it does not. For that, there's really only 2 possible explanations. 1, Sukuna Hikona is stronger in Kawaki's hands, as maybe his view, resolve, speech, and conduct are greater than that of Ishiki's. Or 2, somehow Amado in his infinite knowledge tweaked the karma marking before putting it back on Kawaki, which we actually know he did, implanting his daughter's personality into Kawaki's karma marking so he can place a karma marking on one of the dolls that Amado creates. So if we know that Amado is able to tweak Kawaki's karma marking, it's not crazy to assume that he could increase the power of Sukuna Hikona, especially when we consider the fact that Amado was the person who basically perfectly set up Ishiki's death. Now that we understand how Kawaki teleported away Naruto and Hinata, we gotta kind of ask the question, why? Like, you may think you know the answer why, so they don't get in the way as he tries to kill Boruto, but here's the thing. We've seen the future. The first page of Boruto has Naruto and Kawaki standing apart from each other with their karma seals activated. But in this scene, Kawaki says something really interesting, something that would completely go against his entire ideology as of now. See, in the scene, Kawaki says to Boruto, "Don't make me send you to where I sent the 7th Hokage." But that doesn't make any sense. Let's assume for a second that Kawaki, with the power of his Sukuna Ikona, was able to send Naruto into the dimension where Ishiki kept like his wine and table and rods and all that. Essentially, it's an extra dimensional space like Kamui dimension. If Kawaki is sending Naruto to this dimension to protect him from the likes of the Otsutsuki, why would he send Boruto there? Especially when we consider the fact that really the only reason Kawaki teleported away Naruto was because he wanted to kill Boruto. So why would he then reconnect Naruto and Boruto in a dimension he may or may not be able to access himself? Really, the only way you can rationalize this sentence nowadays is one of two ways. One, you can say,
well, Kishimoto didn't write that first page and it therefore might be retconned,
which is boring, but also not impossible. Or something changed. Something changed to the point where Kawaki wouldn't mind sending Boruto to be with Naruto. Some greater threat posed itself that Naruto is trying to stop Kawaki from fighting on his own is what I think is going on. Like possibly Shibai Otsutsuki has descended from his dimension onto Earth. And Kawaki, after battling Boruto and realizing that he doesn't want to kill his own brother and that Boruto has a grasp over the power of Momoshiki, wants to go fight Shibai alone in order to make sure that somebody that he appreciates as much as he appreciates Naruto doesn't get hurt, which is why Kawaki would threaten to send Boruto to the same dimension he sent Naruto, because within that dimension, Boruto would be safe. Otherwise, it makes no sense. One, by teleporting Boruto to a different dimension, he wouldn't be killing Boruto. At least it shouldn't, because he teleported Naruto and he definitely doesn't want to kill Naruto. So why would Kawaki teleport away somebody that he wanted to kill? And more importantly, why would he send him to the same place as the person he's trying to protect from Boruto? So yeah, I think there's material change that we're gonna see flesh out in the next 10 or 20 chapters, where Kawaki and Boruto will battle against each other, and Kawaki will realize that Boruto can either defend himself or has control over Momoshiki, or that Kawaki loves Boruto too much to kill him. I think Himawari will play into the storyline some way or another, but it's just too early to speculate on that right now. But honestly, I'm gonna keep saying what I've been saying since the first page of Boruto came out. It's clickbait. It always has been clickbait. Boruto and Kawaki are not actually fighting here to kill each other. I'm gonna be honest here, originally I did theorize that Kawaki sent Naruto to a different dimension so that Naruto couldn't become the 10 Tails Jinchuriki, because Kawaki understood the immense pressure of becoming the 10 Tails Jinchuriki, and that if Naruto did become the 10 Tails Jinchuriki, he would probably have to like abandon his life as a human and move to the moon or something. But now it's become very, very apparent that Kawaki sent Naruto to a different dimension to make sure that Naruto doesn't get in his way of killing Boruto. So the question from you then becomes,
well, if Kawaki's decided to not kill Boruto, why didn't he bring Naruto back out of that dimension?
And to that, I tell you, Shibai. Somewhere while Naruto and Kawaki are battling against each other and code has been dealt with, because let's be real, he's not the end game, Shibai makes himself seen. And then we kind of get a Batman versus Superman thing where they have to team up together to battle against Doomsday, except in this circumstance, Kawaki doesn't want Boruto to be put in danger. But what do I know? I only predicted that Himawari was going to be an Otsutsuki level threat in like my 5th YouTube video on this channel, so it's not like I've ever been right about anything before. But if you guys liked my theory, or even if you just learned a little bit about Buddhism today, guys, please, for me, like this video, subscribe to the page, and hit that noti bell. Listen, I'm gonna be riding off the laurels of being right about Himawari until the day I die. You're never gonna stop hearing about it.